You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Live and the Black and White Sports Podcast. If you are new to the podcast and or Black and White Live and or Black and White Sports, make sure you subscribe. We're going to do Week 13 NFL predictions. And yikes, I got my ass handed to me last week. That's right, I was 8-7. 8-7. And, of course, some Yahoo had to come through the comments section to point that out. He was like, really? You picked games? Didn't you lose every one of them? Point of fact, no, you Yahoo, I didn't. I mean, look, I didn't opt for a-hole there, but I could have. Anyway, so, and in case you're wondering, I did pick the Cowboys. That prediction went up on Black and White Sports. Texas edition over on Newsbreak. If you got a Newsbreak app, go over there and subscribe to us. We just crossed 2,500 subs on the Newsbreak app. Of course, we got 133,000 on the main channel on YouTube. And don't forget our new political channel, Black and White Network, also on YouTube. We're over 9,000 subs over there. Let's do the picks. We're not going to wait around. Let's get to this game. The first game I've got on the docket is the GOAT, Tom Brady, at the Atlanta Falcons. That's right. Look, Tom Brady is going to be missing Antonio Brown because of Wuhan virus gate with all the controversy surrounding Antonio Brown's vaccination. By the way, he is vaccinated, but he had a fake vaccination card. I guess right before the season is the rumor there. Rob Gronkowski is back. None of that's going to matter. Look, I know the Falcons are 5-6. I just don't care. Most of the games I've seen them in this year, they have looked awful. I mean, they sort of do pretty good against lesser teams. Like they did against the Jags. I actually picked the Jags last week. Yikes. And I got it shoved right back in my face by Matt Ryan. I don't care. I'm not taking the Falcons against the frickin' Bucs in a million trillion years. It's not going to happen. Going Tampa Bay, 30. Atlanta Falcons, 14. The Bucs defense is still pretty stout, even though Mike Edwards is out. Their star safety, who's had a hell of a year, to be honest with you. Now, let's go to the showdown between the two young Buck quarterbacks in the NFL. First-round draft picks from a couple of years ago. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. And this is going to be, and should be, a rivalry for many years. We can only hope it grows into something like Peyton Tom Brady. But I'm sure it won't. But still, they're both very talented. Justin Herbert has shown a little regression this year. But I almost believe that is more due to offensive scheme. I am not exactly sold on Brandon Staley as of yet. I do find it kind of odd that the Chargers decided to hire a defensive coach. Something to point out about Staley, by the way, is the fact that really and truly he doesn't have a hell of a lot of coaching experience. If you go back, this is not like McVay, who even as young as he was when he got a head coaching job had already been in the league for like a decade. Or Kyle Shanahan, who had been around forever, even though he was a young coach. He'd been coaching for like 12 or 15 years in the NFL in various capacities under his father, Mike Shanahan. So Brandon Staley's been sort of an interesting. So he's only been in the league about 3 or 4 or 5 years here in various capacities coming up under Vic Fangio. Doesn't matter. They seem to be reeling a little bit right now, and Justin Herbert is certainly reeling. I definitely have the Bengals in this. I've got the Bengals 24 and the Chargers 21. And it's in Cincinnati, although we've seen that home field advantage is not necessarily home field advantage anymore. We're going next with the Cardinals at the Bears, the Fighting Cliff Kingsburys. By the way, Kingsbury has been rumored for the OU job. Rumored. I don't know that he will take it. A lot of people were saying that strictly went out as a potential bargaining chip. Arizona, something to think about when it comes to a contract extension for Kingsbury. And that's very possible. But Kingsbury and OU kind of makes some sense considering his, his resume, the air raid offense and everything like that. Of course, coaching a Oklahoma quarterback, Kyler Murray. Right now, Kyler is going to be back. And Andy Dalton is still going to play quarterback for the Bears. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be back this week, or should be back. And this could be ugly. This could be very ugly. I've got Arizona 34. I've got the Bears. I got the Bears 10. Yeah, blowout city in that game. All right. We're not going to, Giants at Dolphins. Yikes. Not only that, but Mike Glennon is starting for the Giants. Don't look now. The Dolphins are surging. They've won. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Their defense is playing much, much, much better. And don't look now, but Tua is playing pretty well. His accuracy is off the charts right now. And his last couple of games, extremely accurate. That was sort of his MO. Maybe he's finally healthy. Maybe he finally has a grasp of the entire offense. Who knows? But it doesn't matter. The Dolphins are going to come out of here 6-7 all of a sudden. If they had just won 1 or 2 more games earlier in the season, their entire season might look better. Of course, it looks like Dave Gettleman may be on his way out as GM. Hell, the Giants may be fixing to be blown up all the way around. I got the Dolphins 27, the Giants 10 in this game. It's going to get ugly. It's in Miami. I'm sure it's going to be humid down there. And who knows how close the Giants are to calling it a season. We're getting to that time of the year. Colts at Texans. Yeah, I took one on the chin last week. I actually picked the Colts to beat Tampa Bay. And the one thing I did not take into account was motivational factors for Tom Brady when it comes to playing certain teams. We know he likes to piss himself off by thinking about something that he feels he was done wrong about. And, of course, the Colts turned him in and the Patriots over Deflategate. I forgot about that. He came out and made some comments after beating their ass last week. And Tom Brady was pissed. He was pissed at the Colts. He's still pissed at the Colts. He come out and said the horseshoe, I guess, isn't as lucky as they thought. I mean, he's got an unbelievable record against the Colts. Well, they came back and won that game. But I still think the Colts are a pretty good football team, even at 6-6. And we know the Texans are a dumpster fire. I understand they've got Tyrod Taylor playing quarterback. Much better than Davis Mills at this point. I don't know that this is going to be a real competitive game. I understand it's a division rival and all of that. Carson Wentz is secretly, under the radar, sneaky, having a really good season. I mean, we're talking 21 touchdowns and 5 picks this year. I mean, really, really good stuff from Carson Wentz. I would assume he will qualify for Comeback Player of the Year. I made that prediction before the season, so maybe, just maybe, I will be right on that. I don't know. Colts, 35, Texans, 17. Easy pickings for the Colts. Next, the Vikings at the 0-10-1 Lions. A total and complete dumpster fire in Detroit once again, even with a different coach, even under Dan Campbell. I actually picked them to win that Thanksgiving Day game. That was the only game I lost that day. I felt like that against the Bears and Andy Dalton was the only chance they had maybe to get a victory for the foreseeable future. I understand Dalvin Cook is going to be out for this game, so it's not going to be that close. I don't feel like it's probably going to get, in fact, it could get a little ugly, although the Lions have shown some spirit. Vikings 24, Lions 17 in this game, but it may be some garbage time points with the Vikings getting out ahead in this game, and then, Jared Goff maybe padding his stats a little bit in this game. So, Eagles at Jets. Man, I thought the Eagles had figured out a offensive identity. They were running the ball like crazy for about 5 weeks there. Won some games, got up to 5-7, and then went out and got their asses handed to them last week. Zach Wilson, he looked a little better last week. He did. But he's still, in comparison to a lot of the if you just look at the rookie quarterbacks, you got Mac Jones playing head and tails better than everybody else that were rookies. Hell, he's playing better than half the NFL quarterbacks, period. Then Trevor Lawrence is playing next best, and then Justin Fields, and then Zach Wilson, and then Trey Lance is riding the bench for the Niners. So I still think the Eagles get this done. Maybe they get back to that rushing attack. I don't know. The Jets showed a little life on defense last week. I just don't think it matters. I got the Eagles 21, Jets 10 in this game. I don't care if it is in New York. Now to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Rams. Jags are 2-9. Rams are 7-4, but the Rams are reeling. Matthew Stafford's got 6 turnovers in the last 3 games. Things have gotten a little ugly there, but nothing cures ugly like the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't see this game being close. It shouldn't be close. Let's do Rams 32, Jags 14 in this game. I believe that nothing will make you feel better, Matthew Stafford, than getting out there against the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. So that's probably just what the Rams needed right now, just what they needed. And don't look now, but a sneaky kind of good game tomorrow is going to be the Washington football team at the Las Vegas Raiders. That's 5-6. I almost called them Redskins. I almost did. The football team is kind of surging. The Raiders got a big, big victory over the Cowboys. It's in Las Vegas. Don't know that matters much. We've talked about the home field advantage once again. I got to be honest with you, though. I'm going with the Raiders in this game. I am. I do think it's going to be close, though. 24-23 Raiders over the football team. If the football team wins, it wouldn't surprise me in the least. Okay, and on to the 49ers. 6-5 now. At the 3-8 Seahawks. The Seahawks looks like a dumpster fire. It may be over. It may be over for Seattle. The run could be over. We know Russell Wilson sort of wants out of Seattle. Maybe over for Pete Carroll. Who knows what happens to Pete Carroll? They may trade Russell. They could trade him to New Orleans, and they might get a ton of picks. We just don't know. But this is a rivalry game. And as a 49ers fan, I never feel good about playing Seattle in Seattle. The fact that it's the 49ers could very well get this crowd into it and get the 12s all fired up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The 49ers have the better team here. They do. Somehow, some way, the Seahawks did not get DK Metcalf the ball until, I believe, sometime in the fourth quarter. That offensive experiment with that offensive coordinator in Seattle has not worked out. Seattle looks terrible on offense. It's still a rivalry game. It's still Seattle. It's still in Seattle. And we know how that goes, how that can go as a 49ers fan. It's you get nervous. Anytime Seattle is on the schedule, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how either team is playing. It makes you nervous. Seattle already has a victory over the Niners this year. I'm going to say it does not matter. I'm going to say the Niners pull it off. 27, Seattle 26. I think this is going to be a scary game, one the Niners want desperately because they're trying to get into the playoffs. Ravens at Steelers. I don't know that too much time should be actually wasted on this game, believe it or not. Roethlisberger is not looking good. He's not looking good. It looks like possibly he's hung around one too many seasons. And I feel like the Ravens bounce back, and I think they win this game. I think they win this game relatively easily, even though it is a rivalry game. I get that. TJ Watt will play, it looks like, because he's had some negative COVID tests coming back. I'm going to go Ravens 21, Pittsburgh 14. Yeah. But I don't know that it's necessarily that close. Now, kind of a surprise, sneaky good game tomorrow. The Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's in Kansas City. I know Denver is flashed this year, but you're still looking at Teddy Bridgewater versus Patrick Mahomes, okay? It looks like Kansas City might have gotten a little bit of their offensive juice back. The Broncos are always tough on defense. This is a rivalry game. I don't think it matters. I've got Kansas City 27, Denver 17 in this game. So we'll see. And then the game of the week, the matchup of the week, the game I have been looking forward to. Can't wait. It's one of two upcoming matchups, I believe, over the next maybe 3 or 4 weeks. It is the New England Patriots, Mac Jones, going in to Buffalo in a big rivalry game to play the Bills. Don't look now. Patriots 8-4, Bills 7-4. AFC East battle. Tre'Davious White is out for the Bills, and he's a huge loss on defense. We know Josh Allen hasn't looked quite right this year, and we know the Patriots are hitting their stride. They are a real force in this game, but believe it or not, I'm going Bills in this game. That's right. I'm calling for the Bills to beat Mac Jones. You know I am a huge Mac Jones fan. If this was in New England, I would probably pick the Patriots. It wouldn't shock me either way, but I'm going Buffalo 24, New England 23 in a big, big game for both teams. But the Patriots are absolutely back. Absolutely back. So that's where we'll end off. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to Black and White Live. New to the podcast, make sure that you subscribe there as well. We're available on CastBox, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, and basically any place that's worth a damn that carries podcast. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.